Jesus predicts his death. This is in Matthew 17:1. From that time on, Jesus began to explain to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things at the hand of the elders, chief priests, and teachers of the law, and that he must be killed on the third day and on the third day be raised to life. Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. "Never, Lord," he said, "this shall never happen to you." Jesus turned to Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have me in the mind of things of God, but in the things of men." Then Jesus replied to his disciples, "If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me will find it. What good will it be for a man if he gains the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? And what can a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son's Man is going to come in his Father's glory with angels, and then he will reward each person according to what he has done. I tell you the truth, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." The Transfiguration. After 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter, James, John, and the brother of James, and then led up a high mountain by themselves. There he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light, just as he appeared before them Moses and Elijah talking with Jesus. Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us you'd be here. If you wish, I will put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." Where he was still speaking, a bright cloud enveloped him, and a voice from the cloud said, "This is my son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him." When the disciples heard this, they fell face down to the ground, terrified. But Jesus came and touched them. "Get up," he said. "Don't be afraid." When they looked up, they saw no one except Jesus. As they were coming down the mountain, Jesus instructed them, "Don't tell anyone what you have seen, until the Son of Man has been raised from the dead." The disciples asked him, "Why then do the teachers of the law say Elijah must come first?" Jesus replied, "To be sure, Elijah will come and will restore all things. But I tell you, Elijah has already come, and they did not recognize him, but have done to him everything they have wished. In the same way, the Son of Man is going to suffer at their hands." That is when the disciples understood that he was talking about John the Baptist. The healing of a boy with a demon. When they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. "Lord, have mercy on my son," he said. "He has seizures and suffering greatly. He often falls into the fire or into the water. I brought him into your disciples, but they could not heal him." "Oh, unbelieving and unpreserved generation," Jesus replied. "How long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me." Oh, the light went off. "Bring the boy here to me." Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of the boy, and he was healed from that moment. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" He replied, "Because you have so little faith. I tell you the truth, if you have little faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here and there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." When they came together in Galilee, he said to them, "The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of men. They will kill him, and on the third day he will be raised to life." And the disciples were filled with grief.